Um,
So, like, this is the tangent I wanted to go on. How close to Sword and Shield do you think the Diamond and Pearl faithful remakes are going to be? Because that kind of implies to me, since we didn't see a Pokemon Center, that, like, but we got the Union Room, right? So, like, Pokemon Centers
yeah.
are probably gonna be fully functional. Like, we're probably not gonna have the really good version of the Pokemon box. And I don't know, we might not even get the EXP share, but like I kind of want those things because I think
Yeah.
those made good video games.
Um, I think uh the I think good box. I think some of those quality of life upgrades might survive.
Fuck.
I think some of them are things that the community disagreed with, right? So like, and Game Freak might just listen because. But also, Sword and Shield sold so well that they might not. But this is nostalgia bait,
Yeah.
so they might listen to the community more on the nostalgia bait game. Honestly, is like my take would be I don't think we'll be. I think they got rid of Mega. It makes sense they get rid of
Oh no 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 no
Dynamax,
no fuck.
right?
Yeah.
I don't think that was ever. I think expecting Dynamax would have been more less realistic and more pessimistic.
Yeah, I mean like
Um,
well, especially since the character models are like so small, like
yeah,
how would they even look at Dynamax Pokemon? They would get stepped on. They're just so small. And then the joke gets lost on you. Or did you get cut out?
again, I like that they are separating the like high concept 3D kind of open world thing into its own game,
Have
like
you been talking
sub
the whole
game.
time?
Yes, did I
Oh,
cut out?
yeah, you cut out. I think my entire internet just like shit the
Awesome,
bed for a sec because it says
awesome,
the stream cut out too.
awesome. Yeah, you're offline.
Oh, I am? Oh, that's not good, huh?
You're back online.
Oh, back online. Here we are, back again with Splatoon 2, boys.
Yeah, you broke for a sec. It did in fact happen.
Yeah,
Um,
so,
but
yeah.
you what I was saying was that I think assuming Dynamax wasn't happening was fair, even before we saw that they were faithful remakes, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
Also, I like that we're separating out the like 3D high concept kind of open world thing into its own game, into its own like sub game,
Yeah.
because that is not a bad thing for Pokemon to be, but it doesn't go with the like. It needs a different. It needs more changes to the core gameplay loop than Sword and Shield gave us. Right.
Yeah.
Um, the wild area feel like my understanding of the wild area is that it just feels like a different game.
It does. A bad game because it doesn't have a mini map.
Yeah, it's like and you know what, minimapless can work, but like you need like we've seen that in open world games before, but you need like first off there's a map but no mini map, so you can find your way around other areas but not the wild area, which just makes it annoying.
Yeah,
It's like it's not an intended gameplay feature because it's only there for half the game, but it's the half the game where you need it.
yeah, especially since the way the map works is like on the route system, so it'll tell you what route you're on. But with this, it'll only tell you what like area of the wild area you're in, which makes it impossible to look for those Reggie ruins effectively, because all you're gonna be
Yeah.
doing is checking, oh, am I here? No, I just took one step and apparently moved like 50 miles. But that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, the map just doesn't the you either need to go no mini map. Actually, you can get away with a mapless or at least a compassless, right? Like open world
Yeah.
game. Like there's good arguments for and against it. You cannot get away with no map or in this case a clunky map. I don't think. Um
Yeah.
but yeah, anyway, Diamond Pearl Megas. Okay. I think it's likely we won't see EXP candies, right? Outside
Definitely
of
not.
rare candies. I think
Yeah.
those were tried, and I think that I don't. Did anyone like the EXP candies? I thought the community consensus was these like really hurt the pacing.
I loved them because like as long like they're the multiplayer feature. They're there for you to like
Yeah.
grind like it's an MMO, but people kept like see, I think the community's issue is when they have access to something, they do it, but then they ruin their experience. Like they go for the
Yeah.
best Pokemon, they go for all the EXP candy, making the game super easy. Yeah.
I don't want to necessarily put that on the players because I do think that's like like the equal argument to that is why. First off, if it's in the game and available, why wouldn't I do it? Like, and this is like a more significant. You don't have to use them, right? I agree with that,
Yeah.
but I also think that it's a fair argument to be made was couldn't max raid battles have been a post game thing, right? If it was going to hurt the balance in that way.
Yeah, but like why
like
even
you probably weren't getting Gigantamaxes until post game anyway, right? So like I think that having those be a post game thing would have actually been better for the game overall.
Oh, this poor soul doesn't know how the map works.
Yeah, I also think you cannot have them in a game without like a significant thing like a max raid battle to actually make them like how you get like you cannot put EXP candies as like grindable through any easier single player system, right?
Yeah, no, that's definitely not gonna happen. I'm not even sure if they're gonna return in Legends, because
they could.
Legends is apparently a mainline game.
Yeah, I think Legends to me speaks of we are turning Pokemon into two games, right? We're doing here is the classic gameplay loop, and then here is our open world
yes.
kind of
wait what
RPG gameplay loop, right? Our action RPG gameplay loop. And I think separating those things out is totally okay.
I'm sorry, I just had the most bullshit thing ever happen. He killed me in the animation.
Oof. You died on drop.
Well, yeah, that happened too, but more importantly, killed me while I was slamming the Rainmaker down, which is just rude.
Yep.
No, go up, go up! Fuck. Hug. Okay, do you play Splatoon?
I do not.
Oh, okay.
I don't even own Splatoon 2. I own Splatoon 1 and barely played it.
Okay, what if we got on the Wii U and played Splatoon 1?
No.
No.
First off, I literally can't talk to you while on my fucking while playing Splatoon 2. My Wii U is in the basement.
Okay, well you don't play Splatoon 2.
Or Splatoon 1. Sorry, Splatoon 1. I don't own Splatoon 2, so you know. Get wrecked. Anyway, more Pokemon talk because I can't play with you. What yeah, no, okay. So other features. I think the like improvements to the box probably survive.
Hopefully.
Those kind of like those sheer quality of life improvements, and even I could see a world where EXP candies, like differently sized ones, end up being a Battle Frontier thing, right?
Okay,
so if we get the Battle Frontier back, right?
But
I do think they are a good post game thing, but generally, and this is both a boomer opinion and I do think it legitimately helps keep the core gameplay loop going. I think a lot of those multiplayer features are better as post game things, right?
Right.
As like rewards for doing the post game.
So do you have actual faith that the Battle Frontier gets back in this time?
Honestly, the fact that they brought a secondary company in to help do it, and that they are using this art style and not just trying to like force it.
Right.
I think so. I also think so because there is a more significant
yeah.
There wasn't just the Battle Frontier, right, which was mostly just post game stuff. Like the Battle Island, I think gave enough content where I think we'll get it back, basically. More similar to like the Sevi Islands, right?
Yeah. Like, I don't know,
But
I don't want to get my hopes up because that's what I did for Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and like, you remember I was excited for that game. It was like cartooning class and the trailer just dropped,
yeah.
so I walked over
Oh
and
yeah,
showed it
no,
to
I
you.
remember this. We were in a fuck. That was the year of Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire and the first season of Attack on Titan.
Oh yeah, that's right. Man, what a
Um,
year.
so yeah, what a fucking year, right?
Yeah.
And I got back into Homestuck the end of that year or right after. But anyway, yeah, no. All right, I think you lost because you didn't make the Rainmaker work.
No, I did,
No.
because I got closer overall.
Ah, okay.
And to be honest, like, that was kind of a guaranteed lead. They should have just given it to me, because there was no way they were gonna beat me unless they actually got it in.
Yeah. So yeah, what are
So, the
Pokemon?
big thing,
So yeah,
Pokemon Platinum content. There's a lady in Floroma Town who
yes,
gives you the Gracidia flower, and that's in the
yes,
remake.
yeah.
How do you... So, like, that means Skyform Shaman is in there.
Yeah. So I'm gonna make a guess at Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire had some. I remember it having some. I mean, it had a lot of new content, which I will
Yeah.
say this. That also gives me hope that we'll get a Battle Frontier because Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire had a good post game. It just wasn't the Battle Frontier. It was the fucking Rayquaza, right? The Rayquaza storyline,
Yeah.
which I enjoy.
I did
right?
too.
Like yeah. So I like. I have faith because I actually like Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, partially because I'm a Gen 3 stan. Like Gen 3 through Gen 5 is where all my Pokemon nostalgia lives. Right?
Yeah.
So like Diamond was the first game I beat. Who
No,
knew?
not Viral Lord. Oh no, Viral
yeah, no,
Load. Yeah.
Yeah. So but I think that the quality of that end game for other reasons than a Battle Frontier, but also like they've been doing like Battle Tower stuff again, right? So I don't think we're gonna lose that.
Well, they've been doing
opinion.
Battle Tower stuff like in every game with the Battle Maze on.
Yeah.
But they really just copied and pasted it from whatever. And honestly, like the Battle Frontier Island was still there just with the Battle Maze on like smacked on top of it. So it could be they give us the post-game island, but just like a coming soon feature with that.
Yeah, or even like again, if you remember, it could be, and that would be another annoyance. But I also like keeping in mind that the Battle Frontier had or what not that you know that like if we get like that island as the story as like where all the story in the post game happens, and then just like the battle tower or the battle maison or whatever is slapped on top of it,
Yeah.
I'm fine with that, right? Like having a like I don't even Diamond and Pearl Platinum only had one thing there anyway, right? It only had did it have more than the OG battle tower? I don't remember.
Yeah, it had a whole Battle Frontier where you could get battle medals.
Oh right, because there was a because contests were still in Gen 4. I forgot.
Yeah. Also, like, it said faithful remake, so I don't have much faith for a Platinum episode. Like, saying faithful remake is really kind of harsh, because I don't know how much they're gonna...
I also, like, the fact that we know there's Platinum content means it's, like, faithful remake, quote-unquote. I think they're saying faithful remake in, like, trying to assure people that graphically it is going to be a faithful remake, right? And maybe story-wise, because I also think its story holds up better than Ruby and Sapphire's.
Yeah, but, like, specifically Platinum, because, Diamond and Pearl Vanilla have really weird pacing issues.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I'm just not sure how they're gonna do Giratina, because, like, with Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, you had the Delta episode, and I'm not sure if they would do an episode format for a faithful remake. Like, maybe they have you go to Send Off Spring and go to the Distortion World. Maybe, like...
because we know there's platinum content
He
in it
just
already.
spirit bombed me.
I choose to yeah, she sure I just got there. I'm a little bit behind you. I choose to believe, for now at least,
Yeah.
that Faithful Remake is not of each game by itself, but of like the set altogether.
Okay.
And so I think that like as such we will get the Giratina content still happening, right?
So you think that Giratina's gonna be the main Pokemon, and then we, cause like they're for sure not gonna give us both Dialga and Palkia, so they
For
kind
sure
of
not. It is. I could see a world where they end up editing that story, like doing some small edits to the story, and actually pulling a card from Sword and Shield. And this was the one thing I thought kind of actually worked about Sword and Shield's story. Like Sword and Shield story is mostly problematic because they don't give it to you first person. They
yeah.
make you watch while Leon does most of it.
Well, I kind of
Um,
appreciated that, just like, cause we're still like kids in it, right? And then
Yes, but it also means that when you do get to like the epic you have to save the world part of the story, you're like, why? I've done nothing. And I have literally not influenced this plot at all until until now, basically,
yeah, it
right?
does come out of nowhere.
Um so like I think that like idea of having the tertiary enemy be the one that you
No,
like.
no, 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 no. We don't need this. Okay,
the
go
the
on.
tertiary the tertiary boss is the one you actually like give a shit to fight.
Okay.
Um yeah, so like the tertiary boss story-wise is the one you end up fighting for the evil team, while the primary boss is the one that you kind of, or the face legendary like shows up to help, right?
Right.
I think that works especially with Team Galactic.
Yeah.
Right.